Today we are trying May June 2021, paper 21. Question 1. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of this diagram. So I have to twist this shape in this direction once. It will give the same shape. Then again from the same I will turn it. It will give the same shape. Exactly the same shape again and again, exactly the same shape. So this number 1, that side will be here, then there, and back again here. So that means 4 times I will get the exact same shape. So the order of rotational symmetry is 4. On the diagram, draw the lines of symmetry. Okay, so that's line of symmetry 1, line of symmetry 2, line of symmetry 3, number 4. The probability that a train is late is 0.15. Write down the probability that train is not late. Always remember the event happening plus not happening adds up to 1. So probability of event not happening is 1 minus happening, and probability of event happening is 1 minus not happening, which means if probability of train coming late is 0.15, then probability of not late is 1 minus 0.15, which is 0.85. The stem and leaf diagram shows the number of hours that each of 16 students studied last week. Find median, the mode, the range. All right. So that's stem and leaf diagram. These are stems and these are the leaves. So these are leaves and these are stems. Now median is the middle number. It's the middle number. So I have to figure out what's the middle number. I cross out the smallest, the largest, then smallest, then largest, then smallest, then largest, and I go in that order. Smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest. So the numbers are 17, 27 and 29. If I have one number in the middle, that's the median. But if I have 2 numbers in the middle, I will add 2 and divide by 2. So it's 27 plus 29 divided by 2, which is 56 divided by 2, 28. So the median is 28. The mode is the most occurring number. The most occurring number. Now let's see which number occurs the most often. That's that. 1 appears twice. The other numbers appears just once, so it's 21. So the median mode is 21. The range is the highest minus the lowest. So highest is 47, lowest is 12. So 47 minus 12. So the range is highest minus lowest. Highest 47 minus 12, which is 35. So answer is 35. Let's try the next one. Now it says these are the parallel lines. I'm sorry. All right. So these two are parallel lines. One is here and the other one is there. How do I know these are parallel lines? Because parallel lines, because of those arrows, it tells me these are parallel lines. All right. A line crossing both parallel lines is called transversal. Transversal. Right? So this is one transversal and that's the another transversal. All right. Now this is same as that, because these are vertically opposite angles. So A is 59 vertically opposite angles. If I don't include this line, then I have this line and these two. So this is same as that. These are corresponding angles. So I can take another color, and this is same as that. These are corresponding angles. So B is 37. Now I have to figure out what's C. So I know 1 plus 2 plus 3. These are angles of a triangle. They add up to 180. So A, which is 59, plus B, which is 37, plus C is 180. Now 59 plus 37 is 96, plus C is 180. C is 180 minus 96. So C is 84. Always use calculator, please. In stress of the exam, we make silly mistakes. To avoid losing marks, please use calculator properly. Work out now. 6 negative 5 plus 8 negative 1. So it is same as 6 plus 8 negative 5 plus minus 1. So 6 negative 8 is 14, and negative 5 minus 1. So that's 14 negative 6. That's 14 negative 6. Now 3 times negative 4, 7. So I multiply negative 4 by 3 and 7 by 3. So negative 4 times 3, negative 12. 7 times 3 is 21. So negative 12 and 21. 6a. The nth term of a sequence is n squared plus 3n. Find the first 3 terms of this sequence. Alright. In first term, which is t1, no need to write t1. I am just explaining. It's not that you have to write t1. First term t1, n is 1. So it is 1 squared plus 3 times 1, 4. T2, term 2, n is 2. 2 squared plus 3 times 2. 4 plus 6, 10. T3, n is 3. 3 squared, 3 times 3. 9 plus 9, 18. So the terms are 4, 10, 18. These are the first 5 terms of a different sequence. 25, 18, 7, 11, 4, negative 3. Find the nth term of the sequence. I am trying 18 minus 25. Second term minus first term. Negative 7. 11 minus 18. Negative 7. 4 minus 11. Negative 7. Negative 3 minus 4. Negative 7. So the constant difference between the terms is negative 7. So which is constant difference is D, is negative 7. When the first term, if you have noticed, this is the first term, first difference. If the first difference is constant, then the sequence is linear, and the formula is Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times D. If the second difference is constant, then the sequence is quadratic, and the formula is Tn is A plus n minus 1 times D plus half n squared minus 3n plus 2 times C. I'm just writing down quadratic. Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times D plus half n squared minus 3n plus 2 times C, where A is the first term, D is the first difference. The first difference, I will explain when I am teaching that. And C is the constant difference. When the third difference is constant, that is called cubic. So if the fourth difference is constant, then it is quartic. So it will help you to identify if it is linear, quadratic, cubic or quartic. Find the nth term of this sequence. Now our sequence here is linear, so I'm using that. So Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d. A is the first term, which is here 25. N minus 1, because I'm finding out nth term. I don't know what is n. If they say find 8th term, then n will be 8. If they say 25th term, then n is 25. But here they say nth term, so n is n. And d is negative 7. Simplify that. N times negative 7, negative 7n plus 7. 25 plus 7, 32 minus 7n. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. 2x plus y equals 3 and x minus 5y is 40. So I'm just simplifying to get rid of y. So here equation 1 and thus equation 2. I'm changing equation 1, the coefficient which is 1 means there is only y. So I'm changing it into 5y. So multiply by 5. So I'm writing equation 1 times 5 plus equation 2. Y plus, because this y is positive and this y is negative. If both are same sign, then subtract them. If both are different sign, then add them. Alright, so equation 1 times 5. 2 times 5, 10x plus 5y. 3 times 5, 15. And x minus 5y is 40. Add them. 0. 11x is 55. Divide both sides by 11. So x is 5. Substitute x equals 5 into equation 1. 2 times 5 plus y is 3. So 10 plus y is 3. I'm setting 10 there. So y is 3 minus 10. Y is negative 7. X is 5 and negative 7. Let's try the next one. Without using a calculator, work out 3 over 8 minus 5 over 6. 3 over 8 minus 5 over 6. I will multiply they and add they. So 8 times 1, 8 plus 3, 11 over 8 minus 5 over 6. This is 8, so I multiply this by 8 and that's 6. So I multiply this by 6. I am trying to make the same denominator, equal denominator. 6 times 11, 66 over 6 times 8, 48 minus 5 times 8, 40 over 48. So common denominator 48. 66 minus 40. 66 minus 40. 26 over 48. So I write 26 divided by 48. And that's 13 over 24. A is the point 5, negative 5 and B is the point 9, 3. Find the coordinates of midpoint of AB. Let's say this is x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. Any point can be x1, y1 and any point can be x2, y2. So I'm trying midpoint equals. The equation formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So that's 5 plus 9 over 2 and negative 5 plus 3 over 2. 14 over 2 and negative 2 over 2. So that's 7, negative 1. So that's my answer, 7 and negative 1. Find the length of AB. So length of AB is square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Again here also there is no difference which point is x1 y1 and which point is x2 y2. It will give you the same answer. So that's x2 minus x1. So that's square root of 9 minus 5 squared plus 3 minus 5 squared. So that's square root of 9 minus 5, 4 squared, 16 plus 3 plus 5, 8 squared, which is 64. 16 plus 64. 16 plus 64. That's square root of 80. Square root of 80 is 8.944. So approximately 8.94 to 3 significant figure. Always remember, money 2 decimal places, angles 1 decimal place, sorry, and everything else 3 significant figures. Very important to avoid losing marks in exam. That's extremely important. You can see on the first page of your paper the instructions are given, but the problem is we never read instructions. Here, give non-exact numerical answers to 3 significant figures or 1 decimal place for angles in degrees unless different level of accuracy is specified in the question. For pi, use either your calculator value or 3.142. You always use pi. There is pi button in your calculator. Always use pi button. Let's try the next question. 10. Sorry. All right. Describe fully single transformation that maps triangle A onto B. Now, if you notice this, if you turn it that side, the sleeping line is becoming standing line. When it is just quarter turn, it's 90-degree rotation. If the sleeping line after turning becomes sleeping again, then it's 180. If the sleeping line becomes standing, sleeping and standing again, then it is 270 degrees. Sleeping, standing, sleeping, standing, sleeping, then it is same place, 360-degree rotation. Now here we are moving in this direction, so which is anti-clockwise direction. If we are moving in that direction, then it is clockwise direction. Now here in this question, we are moving in the anti-clockwise direction. The sleeping line turning, becoming standing. So that's 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. So I write rotation. 90-degree anti-clockwise. Right. Next. So there are 3 marks. I got 1 mark for rotation, 1 mark for 90-degree anti-clockwise. I have to write something more for 1 more mark. So that's center of rotation. For that I have to use tracing paper. By using tracing paper, I can calculate the center is 7, -1. If any one of you do not have any clarity on this question, how to find center, please see me. I will explain. I cannot explain here. That's why I'm asking. Triangle A onto C. Now A, which was larger triangle, has become smaller triangle. If the larger becomes smaller or smaller becomes larger, then it is always enlargement. So I'm writing enlargement. The other thing is scale factor. How big or how small, that's called scale factor. Now this is 1, 2, 3 and that's 1, right? So I'm writing scale factor is image over object. So that's image, and that's object. Image is 1 box across and object is 3 boxes across. So scale factor is 1/3. Always remember, if the object becomes smaller, the scale factor will be less than 1. If the object becomes larger, then the scale factor will be more than 1. And 3 marks, I have enlargement, scale factor 1/3. I need something more. So let's try what is that something more. The center of enlargement. All right. Then second point. Sorry. Let's try the third point. Wherever these 3 meet, that point is your center of enlargement. The center is 6, 6. Draw the image of triangle A after the translation by vector 2, 10. So 2, 10. 2, 10. That's x direction and that's y direction. If x direction is positive, go right. If the x direction is negative, go left. If y direction is positive, go up. Y direction is negative, go down. Here 2 is positive, so I will go 2 points right. So from that point, let me say that point, I am going 2 points right. So 1, 2. Now I have to go 10 points up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm there. Now second point is that one, second vertex. Again 1 and 2, right? So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then third point, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I just draw that. Come on. Done. And I'm done. That's my triangle. And I write, because since I have drawn that image, that's D. Let's try the next one. Simplify fully. 4ab to the power 5 and everything to the power 4. When it is something like that, everything to the power 4, I should give each term its own power. So that is same as 4 to the power 4, a to the power 4, and b 5 to the power 4. 4 to the power 4, use calculator. I get 256. A to the power 4 is a to the power 4. B to the power 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. So it's 256. A4. Let's try the next one. 2p to the power 1/3 is 6. Send 2 to the other side. So p to the power 1/3 is 6/2. P to the power 1/3 is 3. Now what I need is p on its own. I don't need power 1/3. So what do I do about power 1/3? Send it to the other side. So if it is positive, I send it to the other side, becomes negative. Negative becomes positive. Addition becomes subtraction. Subtraction becomes addition. Multiplication becomes division. Division becomes multiplication. So it is power 1/3. What's the inverse of power 1/3? Cube. Power 1/3 is cube root. And power half is same as square root. So what is the opposite of cube root? Cube root is cube. So p is 3 cubed and p is 3 cubed is 27. Now next question. It is 81 to the power 2 divided by 3 to the power t equals 9. Now whenever you have to, and it says find the value of t, whenever you have question like this, change each term into the same number or same amount. the power to the same. Like for example, the smallest number is 3, so change 81 into 3, 9 into also 3. 81 is 3 to the power what? 4. Let's check. 3 to the power 4 is 81. Yes, so 3 to the power 4 squared, because it was like this. I'm writing like this, pay attention. 81 squared divided by 3 to the power t is 9, right? So I'm writing 81 is 3 to the power 4 squared, 3 to the power t is 9 is 3 squared, correct? Now 3 to the power 4 and square is 4 times 2 is 3 to the power 8 divided by 3 to the power t, 3 squared. Division means subtract the powers. 3 to the power 8 minus t is 3 to the power 2. When the bases are same, powers are equal. 8 minus t is 2. I'm sending they. 8 minus 2 is t. So t is 6. Let's try the next one. The profit of a company makes decreases exponentially at a rate of 0.9% per year. In 2014, the profit was 9,500. Calculate the profit in 2019. Now, exponential increase is same as compound interest. I'm writing exponential increase is same as compound interest. And the formula is A equals P 1 plus R over 100 to the power T or N, anything. Alright. Similarly, exponential decrease is, so exponential decrease is A equals P 1 minus R over 100 to the power T. Increases plus, decreases minus. Alright. So P, according to this, the profit was 9,500. Okay. It says in a profit a company makes decreases exponentially at a rate of 0.9% per year. In 2014, the profit was 9,500. Calculate the profit in 2019. So P is 9,500 because that's the amount we start with. 1 minus R, 0.9 over 100 to the power T. How many years? 2014 after. So 2015, 16, after 2014 we are counting. So 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 years. So I try 9,500, open bracket, 1 minus 0.9 ABC 100, close bracket to the power 5. And that's 9080.1260 dash dash dash. So 9080.13. Remember, money 2 decimal places. So 9080.13, 2 decimal places. Let's try next one. It says, on a map, a lake has area 32 square centimeters. The scale of map is 1:24,000. Calculate the actual area of the lake. Give your answer in square kilometers. Now, the linear scale, one-dimensional scale, is land. Okay, map and land. Map and land. Map is 1, land is 24,000. Right? Now, area is 32. Area is 2D. So I have to change this 1D into 2D. How do I change it? Square it. So 1 squared is 24,000 square. 32 question mark. Do not square 32 because 32 square, it is already 32 square centimeters. It's already squared. It is already area. So that's a ratio and proportion. So that's 32 times 24,000 over 1 squared. So 32 times 24,000 squared equal, divide by 1, it is 1.8432 times 10 to the power 10. Now that's square centimeter, because the area was in square centimeter. That means whatever we got, everything is in square centimeter. But the answer we need is square kilometers. So let's change it. First, square centimeter will be changed into square meters. So 1.8432 times 10 to the power 10. Square centimeter is centimeters times centimeters. 1.8432 times 10 to the power 10. Centimeter is 1 over 100 meters times 1 over 100 meters. Centimeter, 1 meter is 100 centimeter. We are changing centimeter to meter. That means we are dividing by 100. So dividing by 100 can be written as 1 over times 1 over 100. So from these are 4 zeros, right? 2 plus 2, 4 zeros. From 10 zeros, these 10 zeros, 4 zeros are gone. So you can use calculator. Whatever you have, divide by 100. Answer, divide by 100 equals divide by 100 again. So you got 1843,200. That's what you got. But that's square meter. So square meter, now I'm changing into meters times meter. So that's 1843,200. Again divide by 1000 kilometers times 1 over 1000 kilometers. Or you can write like this also. Divide by 1000, divide by 1000, and square kilometer. And you get use calculator again, 1.8432 square kilometer. Now next one, y is directly proportional to the square root of x minus 3. So y is directly proportional to the square root of x minus, I write y is k square root of x minus 3. When x is 28, y is 20. So I'm writing y is 20, k, x is 28 minus 3. So I write 20 equals k square root of 25. So 20 equals k. Square root of 25 is 5. Divide both, send 5 to the other side. I can send 5 to the other side. So 20 divided by 5 is k. So 4 equals k. So I can use this. In place of k, I write 5. So y equals 5 square root of x minus 3. All right. Next one. It's not 5. I'm so sorry. That's 4. Right? All right. Now it says find y when x is 39. So y equals 4. In place of x, I'm writing 39 minus 3. So y equals 4. Square root of 39 minus 3, 36. So y is 4. Square root of 36. Use calculator, get 6. 24. Let's try the next. Make h the subject of the formula 2mh equals g 1 minus h. First expand. So 2mh is g minus gh. I need h the subject of formula. So bring all the h's together. So 2mh, any term with h, I need them together. Plus gh is the rest, everything without h should go to the other side. Now take h common. So h, the remaining terms are 2m plus g is h. Send to the other side. So h is g over 2m plus g. Let's try the next one. 16. Find the gradient of line L. Now that's line L. The gradient is, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1. So I have 2 points. One is this. I'm trying to find exact values wherever there are exact values. So this point is 0, 2, and this point is 4, negative 1. So this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. What if I take this one x1, y1, that one x2, y2? Doesn't matter. The answer will still be the same. So that's negative 1 minus 2 over 4 minus 0. So negative 3 over 4, negative 3 quarters, or negative 0.75. Find the equation of line L in the form y equals mx plus c. So m is this, correct? What's c? C is the y-intercept, where the line crosses y-axis, which is this point. What's c? C is 2. So y equals mx plus c. M is negative 3 quarters, x plus 2. Negative 3 quarters x plus 2. Let's try the next one. Find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the line L and passes through the point 12, negative 7. Okay, it is perpendicular to line L. So line L has gradient negative 3 quarters. So perpendicular line will have gradient. Perpendicular line has gradient negative, which is m1. Let me call it m1, negative 1 over m. So it's negative 1 over negative 3 quarters. Negative is positive. And denominator becomes the numerator. So it's 4 over 3. So the gradient is 4 over 3 and it passes through 12, negative 7. So y equals mx plus c, where I'm writing m is 4 over 3. So 4 over 3. And now y is negative 7 and x is 12. So negative 7 is 4 over 3, x is 12 plus c. Use calculator. Negative 7 is 4 over 3 times 12 will give you 16 plus c. Send 16 to the other side. Negative 7 minus 16 is c. C is negative 16 minus 6. So that's negative 32. Negative 23, sorry, negative 23. So answer is y equals negative 3 quarters x minus 23. Sorry, negative, not 3 quarters, negative 4 over 3 it was. Positive 4 over 3. That was positive 4 over 3. My mistake, I'm sorry. So that's positive 4 over 3 x plus minus 23. Let's try the next one. A bag contains 3 blue buttons. So I'm writing blue 3, white buttons 8, and red buttons 5. So total 3 plus 8, 11 plus 5, 16. 2 buttons are picked at random from the bag without replacement. Work out the probability that the 2 buttons are either both red or both white. Probability of both red, R1, R2. Okay, let me write like this. Probability of both red or both white, which is same as first red and second red, or first white and second white. Now remember, whenever I say and, it is times. Whenever I say or, it is plus. So probability of first red, R1. So I can write probability of, in place of this I could have written R1 and R2, or probability of W1 and W2, which is same as probability of R1 times R2, or W1 times W2. Probability of R1, 5 out of 16. Second one is red. So out of 5, 1 is gone, 4 remain, right? 1 button, it's without replacement. 1 is already out. So total also has decreased by 1, because one red button which went out has decreased the total number by 1. So over 15, or means plus. Now first white, that means we have to consider the red button was not taken, because either you take both red or you take both white. So if you take red, you don't take white. If you take white, you don't take red. That's what it means. So it is white, how many? 8 over 16 times 7 over 15. So that's 20 over, you can use calculator directly, no need to write down. 4 over 16 times, 5 over 16. 5 over 16 times 4 over 15 plus 8 over 16 times 7 over 15. And the answer is 19 over 60. Alright, let's try this. Number 18, S is a point on PQ such that PS is to SQ is 4 is to 5. So this is 4 parts and these are 5 parts. So total parts are 9. Find OS in terms of A and B in its simplest position. Remember, any point starting from O is also called position vector. So instead of saying find OS, they could have asked you, they could have said find position vector S, which means find OS. Position vector OS means, position vector S means OS. Alright. Now OS is O2, let's try the O2P and P2S. Alright. So OS is O2P plus P2S. O2P is A plus P2S is, this is just 4 parts out of 9 parts. So 4 over 9 of PQ. A plus 4 over 9 of PQ. What's PQ? PQ is, I don't know PQ. So let's find PQ. So PQ can be, I go from P, I don't know the direct path from P to Q. So I go from P to O and O to Q. It's like I'm in Lilongwe. I want to go to Blantyre, but I don't know the road going to Blantyre. So I go first from here, but I know the road to Zomba. And from Zomba to Blantyre I know. So I go from Lilongwe to Zomba and then Zomba to Blantyre. But I reach the destination. That's how vectors are. Whatever path you know, take that path. So I go P to O. What's that? Negative A. And O to Q is plus B. So that's A minus 4 over 9A, because I'm multiplying it out, plus 4 over 9B. So A minus 4 over 9A. So I can write like this, 1 minus 4 over 9A plus 4 over 9B, because A is common. So 1 minus 4 over 9 is 5 over 9A plus 4 over 9B. So 5 over 9A plus 4 over 9B. Let's try the next one. Sketch the graph of y equals 10x. So I know the graph of 10x. This is 0. It's like this. And there is asymptote at 90, negative 90. Then there is asymptote at 180. So that's, 270. I'm so sorry. Not 180, 270. And so from 180, I draw the curve again like this. Alright, so I have this. Asymptotes are drawn. right? Next, I'm done. Then there is another graph. All right, done. Next one, solve the equation 5 10 x is 1. So I write 10 x is, sending 5 to the other side, 1 over 5. So I draw that. All S T C, all are positive. They sine is positive, tan is positive, cos is positive. So first quadrant, this is first quadrant, first quarter, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, all sine, cos, and tan all are positive. In second quadrant, only sine is positive, which means tan and cos are negative. In third quadrant, only tan is positive, which means sine and cos are negative. In fourth quadrant, cos is positive, which means sine and tan are negative. All right, let's try. 10x is 1 over 5. 10 is positive because 1 over 5 is positive. That means my angle is there, first quadrant and third quadrant. All right. In the first quadrant, angle is theta. Second quadrant, it is 180 minus theta. Third quadrant, 180 plus theta. Fourth quadrant, 360 minus theta. All right. So now I write basic angle. Okay, let's say x is, what's 10 inverse 1 over 5? 10 inverse 1 over 5. And the answer is 11.30. So 309. So 11.3, 1 decimal place. So first is my one angle is there. So I'm done. It is between 0 and 90, theta. The second angle is 180 plus theta. What's theta? So theta is 10 inverse 1 over 5, 11.3. So first angle is theta, 11.3. Second angle is 180 plus theta, 180 plus 11.3. 11.3, 191.3. Next, try next. The distance between two towns is 600 kilometers. Correct to 1 decimal, nearest to 10 kilometers. A car takes 8 hours 40 minutes, correct to nearest 10 minutes. To travel this distance, calculate the lower bound for the average of the car in kilometer. Make sure that you understand this question nicely. All right. Okay, first, there are two lower bounds, upper bounds. This is correct to nearest 10 kilometers, 6. So 10 kilometers divided by 2 is 5 kilometers. So 600 kilometers is divided between, it is between two bounds, lower bound and upper bound. So lower bound of 600 kilometers is 600 minus 5. So 595 kilometers less than equals distance less than 600 plus 5, 605 kilometers. All right, done. A car takes 8 hours 40 minutes, correct to the nearest 10 minutes, right? Okay, 10 minutes divided by 2 is 5 minutes. So the time is 8 hours 40 minutes. So minus 10, minus 5 for the lower bound and plus 5 for the upper bound. This 5 I have to add and subtract for lower bound and upper bound. So lower bound I am subtracting 8 hours 40 minus 5 minutes. So 8 hours 35 minutes less than equals time, which is t, less than 8 hours 40 plus 5, 45 minutes. All right. Next one. It says calculate the lower bound of the average speed of the car in kilometers per hour. Average speed, total distance divide by total time. What's the total distance? Now this is division, so I have to remember something like I told you. Okay, when it is addition, let me write lower bound and upper bound. For addition, lower bound minimum plus minimum, and upper bound is maximum plus maximum. Now subtraction. If it is subtraction, then for lower bound it is minimum minus maximum, and for upper bound maximum minus minimum. For multiplication, multiplication is minimum times minimum, and upper bound is maximum times maximum. Division. Division is similar to subtraction. Division minimum divide by maximum, and upper bound is maximum divide by minimum. Please remember this. Write it down somewhere so that it helps you. I have mentioned it in the class already, but I'm asking you again so that you don't make mistake, and these questions are always in exam. All right, so this is division, distance divided by time, and I need the lower bound. So lower bound is minimum divided by maximum. So distance should be minimum. So what is distance minimum? 595. And time should be maximum. See, denominator is maximum. Numerator should be minimum and denominator should be maximum. So maximum time is 8 hours 45 minutes. Now use calculator. 595 divide by, we will use time button, 8 button and 45 button equals 68. So now press ABC, you get 68, right? Even if you press ABC, nothing is happening. It's just 6800, which means 68 only. Answer is 68 kilometers per hour. That's it. I hope you understood everything. If you have any doubt, please contact me. I'll be available.